Greetings, this is Polly of the Spittle Polly. A stirring in the news is that apparently Pete Henseth ordered a drug dealer or drug dealers from Venezuela had their ship blown up out of the water, which we've been doing that. And apparently, according to the press, is that Henseth then ordered a second strike to kill the survivors. I'm supposed to be shocked by that. First, I don't like the narrative in the story. I'm gonna tell you something. If you're gonna fight a war, you gotta fight a war. And don't say that's a war crime. You know, I'll give you a couple of examples which leave me a little queasy. At the end, in 1945, then the end of the war with Japan, America firebombed Tokyo. Tokyo was mainly one structure. They had incendiary devices fall on those homes, and of course, it burned the whole thing down. Over 100,000 people died. It's the worst civilian casualties in a day, and still stands. I understand why they did it. Japan just wasn't surrendering, and you had to give an order to get the staff that made the decisions in Japan to rethink. It didn't really. It took an atomic bomb to do it. But that 100,000 people was sacrificed for military necessity. We did the same thing in Hamburg. And later, in other German cities. These are civilian bombing runs. These are terror attacks. The idea is to terrorize the enemy into surrendering. Are these war crimes? I don't know, are they? Something to think about. So Nadsmith, if he did order such an assault, kill us a virus, yes, sometimes that may be necessary. War is killing. Simple as that. I don't like it. I understand why. Well, the Israelis ran into the Gaza and did what they did. And let me tell you why, while we're on the subject, why I supported it. I didn't at first. When someone explained to me, and I forget which YouTuber was, that I understood it. He said when the Japanese attacked America in Pearl Harbor, they would lose over 3 million people as a result of that. So it showed you that this is what it takes. You come after America. This is the cost of war. We killed, they bombed their cities. I mean, we try to starve them out. We did what it takes to get them to surrender. I had an even better result on that. Not as numerous, was colorful. In Minnesota, in 1860, a tribe of the Sioux went on a murder rage against settlers. Several hundred were killed. The Union sent in soldiers there and broke the resistance of the Sioux. They'll go and execute over 300. Lincoln put it down to 30. It's still the biggest mass hanging in America. And though we didn't hang the rest, all the Sioux were shipped out of Minnesota. It was cruel, but necessary. The Indians had broken their promise, and this is what we did to them. We're doing that to the Venezuelans. Choppers born Madero. What's going to happen? This drug trafficking into America. You're going to stop it. Where are you going to stop it? I know what you're saying. A lot of it comes from China, a lot of it comes from Mexico, but also comes from Venezuela. And that we can stop. If Hespeth did order the death of these people, and I have to say so much, we've done this all the time throughout our history. Nations do that. It's not pleasant. It's not nice. But it's how it's done. And I think the media and people like that Mark Warner, that phony. This guy is sold out as a corporal a long time ago, and he's just a spokesman. I find the man repulsive. And he's calling it a war crime. Well, we know. If that is a war crime, what about the incidents and the thousands more I didn't mention? Well, they war crimes. Fight an enemy, you have to fight an enemy. Wars mean killing. If you want to stop this drug trade, You have to make them so afraid, in fear of their lives, they won't go around doing this. They won't chance it. So the way to win it. You've already tried negotiations, you've tried everything. This is the end result. And this is a case that's justified. Killing is justified because everything else has failed. Now, unless we're going to allow them to bring drugs into America, that's one thing. But you say no, they're not allowed to bring drugs in here, and all negotiations have failed, all the nice stuff has failed, then you gotta try the tough stuff. And this is the tough stuff. That's the way it goes. The killing of cowards in the Democratic Party, or those squishy Republicans, get a backbone. Okay, this is Polly being a little angry. You've made it this far. Would you like to subscribe? Okay, till I see you again, this is Polly saying goodbye.